Most Amazon businesses right now are accounting for their sales incorrectly. You may have noticed a huge discrepancy between the sales on Amazon Seller Central and on your accounting system. We've been hearing from advertising agencies, sellers, and other accountants that they've lost confidence in the sales reports generated from Amazon. They don't trust the data, so what they've been doing is using Sellerboard to get an idea on profitability. The problem is Sellerboard doesn't give you the full picture, and your accounting system, if you've done it correctly, will give you the best possible view of your business so you can make decent decisions. The reason why people are seeing a huge discrepancy between the Amazon Seller Central sales figures and their accounting system is that since November 2024, Amazon has a new policy, and that means they're only going to pay 7 days after confirmed delivery. They'd call this policy delivery date +7 or DD7 for short. Before this, Amazon included all sales in the payouts shortly after they've been delivered. So if you've been using Link My Books or A2X, or maybe you're just manually calculating your sales yourself, your accounting system should have aligned to Seller Central. However, since Amazon introduced the DD+7 policy, your accounting data is going to be hugely different to the sales on Amazon Seller Central by as much as 25%. So let's go for an example. So if you sold an item on the 22nd of February, and then you had a confirmed delivery on the 25th of February, you then get paid out 7 days later on the 3rd of March, and that's pushed it into the next month. So rather than being recognized in February, you're actually going to be recognizing that revenue in March. So let's say on Seller Central, you've made 100K sales in February and you've made 60K sales in March. For any business, they need to understand why there's been a huge drop in revenue and take action. But if you've been using tools like Link My Books or A2X, or maybe your accountant isn't aware of the deferred transaction issue, then your accounting system is going to be telling you a totally different story. So let's build on this example. So if you had 100K of sales in February, and you made 20K sales in the last 7 days of that month, that means 20K of those sales will be pushed to March. So in your accounting software, you'll have 80K. Whereas in March, if we made 60K sales, but we had 20K sales coming from last month, that's also now showing 80K. When actually our sales were 100K in February and there are only 60K in March. If you're using your accounting system how you should be looking at management reports. And what this is now telling you is that February and March are actually in line. There's nothing to worry about. But in actual fact, you've actually dropped in sales by 40%. And you should be looking at why this has happened. So it might be because you've got a failed pay-per-click campaign. Or maybe you've had an influx of bad reviews, or maybe there's just a high return rate, or maybe your product's just seasonal. So if you don't solve this issue, you're going to be basing your decisions off incorrect data. In one scenario, your accounting system is saying everything is fine, but the reality is you've dropped in sales by 40% and you need to take action on this. So you need to make sure this is correct. Now, if you're using Link My Books or A2X, they've done a press release saying, we can't deal with this. What we're going to do is just follow the DD+7. And those sales which you were making in February are going to appear in March. And the reason why that is because they don't have the Amazon data. Amazon's not sharing their data with them. This is why just relying on software and not having an accountant who understands e-commerce is a huge risk. So here's our solution. What you need to do is download something called the Deferred Transactions Report. And this is a report of all the items which have been deferred by 7 days by Amazon. The problem with this report is that it's just a snapshot. So you can't go back and you can't rerun it for a prior period. You need to make sure you get it on the right date or you're just going to lose that information. To get the Deferred Transactions Report, you need to go to Amazon Seller Central. Then you need to click on Payments, then click on Reports. And where you've got the drop down for the report type, you need to select Deferred Transactions. And you notice here, I haven't got a date I can select like the other reports. That's because I can only run the Deferred Transactions Report for the day I run it. That means I have to run it at the end of the month or the first day of the following month. This report will include all the sales, FBA fees, and seller fees which have been deferred by Amazon. You want to post these into your accounting system as accrued income and reverse them out the next month. This ensures your sales are moved into the right period rather than the wrong period. We have created a step-by-step guide detailing exactly how to do this and how to manipulate the report to put it into your accounting system. So either you can do it yourself, or even better, send it to your accountant so they understand what to do to get your sales data right. I'll provide a link in the description below so you can download this. So it'd be great to hear if we've solved your issue, or if you've got any questions on the deferred transaction report, just leave it in the comments below and we'll get back to you. And if this has solved your problem, make sure to like and subscribe.